Yes, what's going on, top secret group? I've got a special, unofficial, semi-emergency briefing for you today about this kind of the state of what's happening on Amazon with retail arbitrage and online arbitrage. And so I want to talk about some of the big problems in our industry. And I've got Grant Dunn on a call to talk about this with us. So Grant, what's going on, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm here with my designer coffee and my good friend Gabe, so it's a good morning.
Good, man. Well, dude, I want to talk right off the bat, man, for the big elephant in the room for Amazon sellers. And my name's Gabe Strom. If you're new to the group, if you guys don't know, Grant Dunn, retired plumber, now full-time Amazon seller, more than replaced his day job income selling on Amazon. And the industry is changing, though. And this is one of the updates we wanted to give to the group. And there's a problem that all new sellers face when selling on Amazon, and that is, how do you find high quality products that are not brand restricted? And we became very aware of this problem from launching a retail arbitrage mastermind. Grant, you've got to start working with people, and you realize how much more difficult it is today to get brand restricted than when you first started. So what's going on with this?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I had really had no idea, I've been selling on Amazon, as a lot of you guys know, for about 4 years. And, when I started, you could basically go to the store and, most items that I scanned, I could sell in my store, and so things have been changing. Amazon's kind of shifted from a category gating system where, you'd come into Amazon and couldn't sell clothing, couldn't sell beauty, but then you could hire somebody to open those categories up, which would open up all those brands. Well, I think Amazon kind of figured out that's what we were doing. And so now they've kind of shifted to a different system, probably a more, I would say more accurate, more customizable system, because now they're letting us sell in a lot of these different categories, but gating us, let me mute that, but gating us on brands, right? And so what I'm finding is people who have, started their accounts in the last 6 to 12 months even, maybe even in the last 18 months, are heavily brand restricted. And so what happened is I had clients going out and I was telling them, here's how to do retail arbitrage, here's how to, do what we do in our business. And they were reporting back to me saying, Grant, I can't sell most of this stuff, finding profitable items, but they won't let me send it in.
Yeah. So
and it's really.
Yeah, so it's changing. So the things that new sellers can sell. So what is the solution for this? Well, we believe that we have discovered a solution, and we want to introduce you guys a really awesome new platform we've been working on behind the scenes called Cheddar, which is an industry-leading lead list that we've been testing with Tap, and those of you that have been a part of the lead vault in the group. This is designed, and Grant, I asked you this question. This came from one of our calls saying, hey, what's the problem? If everyone's getting brand restricted, how can sellers, what do you do? Do you throw in the towel, or what do you do between the startup process and getting to private label? And your answer was, well, you got to get exposed to more products. And I know this was one of the breakthroughs for a lot of TAP members of how do you get exposed to more products? Because there's another big problem. We call this big problem number 2. And since we're just talking about the elephant in the room, we might as well talk about the other big elephant in the room. And I know this is a limiting belief that plagues 95% of sellers in the industry, and you may have this or not, but that other challenge is time. How in the world do I find the time to go out and source? If you're a new person, if you work a full-time job or you have another hustle, a lot of people, this is their second or hustle or their third hustle sometimes, right. And they're like, I've only got a limited window. And so we believe out of these two challenges, this platform, Cheddar, was born. So, Grant, do you want to talk very quickly about why we created Cheddar as a solution for exposing sellers to more products and also for delivering it in a fashion that helps save people time?
Right. That's the problem is, when you're brand restricted and you're going into the stores and scanning a lot of items that you can't sell, then that's the time issue becomes an even greater problem, because now you're spending 3 or 4 times the amount of time as I would have to spend to spend the same amount of inventory budget, right? And so the solution, like you said, is exposure. It's exposure to more product opportunities, right? If there's a big pool of inventory out there and you can't sell 50% of it, then we need to expose you to as much of the 100% as possible, right? So that the 50% that you can sell will get flushed out. and you can buy those items and resell them on Amazon. Because here's the thing, especially if you're a new seller and you're watching this, when your store is brand new and your volume is very low, it's going to take, you have to build up to a higher selling volume. And I've seen this happen with our clients where they have taken online arbitrage lead lists like OA Cheddar, right, which we're talking about today, and just, pure hustle when it comes to RA. And they've scaled up their stores selling what they can sell. And it's been happening like clockwork. Eventually, the brand gates start to melt away. They start getting auto ungated when they're going in, and they test to see if they can start to sell Nike or Under Armour or Fisher Price or any of these major brands. And all of a sudden, Amazon says, you're approved to sell automatically. Well, it's happening because of volume, consistency over time, and good metrics inside their Amazon account. So what we've done is we've created OA Cheddar as just another solution to expose you to more product opportunities so that you can fill your store up, sell more volume, and melt away those brand restrictions. And that's currently the solution in 2018.
Dude, this is exciting, man. This is why I love working with you and the other top sellers that we have in our group, because it feels like hitting a moving target a lot of times. And there's entrepreneurs that miss the wave and kind of get crushed by the wave. And then there's entrepreneurs that learn how to surf. And you're one of the ones that have learned to adapt and stay flexible. And that's one of the keys, guys. I hope you get this, especially in Amazon. You got to stay flexible and be able to not say, where are we today? But as the great Wayne Gretzky once said, you got to look where the puck's going. Okay, you got to look where the puck's going, and that's where you got to be moving towards. So, Grant, let's talk very quickly, man. We're all friends and family here. We've hinted about OA Cheddar. We've had those of you that have been on the Lead Vault. We're part of our Lead Vault for this Christmas selling season. In a short nutshell, Grant, what is OA Cheddar?
So, OA Cheddar, if you really break it down to, or the Cheddar, is a team that we've developed of virtual assistants all around the world, or really on the other side of the world, and then also a team that we have local here that produce. We use softwares. A lot of people know about it. We use Tactical Arbitrage, Storefront Stalker, and a couple of other softwares to essentially generate online arbitrage leads that are that we can buy from third-party sources, sell on Amazon for a profit. And so OA Cheddar is a lead list that's delivered by email 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. The goal is on a monthly basis to have at least 200 premium leads. A premium lead has at least a 4% net profit. Okay, and a premium lead has at least a 40% return on investment. What else do we got? And the other thing is it needs to be a valid lead. Like when you check Keepa and you do your product analysis, any advanced seller should be, including myself, and we have a team that actually vets these leads, make sure that they actually meet the criteria, should be able to look at the data and say, if I buy this today at this price, I should be able to sell it for a profit in the foreseeable future. And as long as it meets those criteria, then it'll get added to OA Cheddar and delivered to you by email.
Yeah, man. I'm very excited about this. We've been building this beta team for 6 months plus, probably closer to 9 months, testing and refining, and I'm excited to be able to release this. So essentially, this is a daily online arbitrage lead list. Since a lot of you guys are going to ask, it's mixed categories, mixed products. We do that because there's no possible way to know what you're restricted in and what another seller is restricted in. So the Cheddar is better because you get a little bit of everything, and it solves the number one goal of getting you exposure to more products. As Grant mentioned, the product criteria, a $4 minimum profit per item. That's just kind of like a threshold, as well as a 40% net profit per item, and obviously the numbers will change. This is an average across the system, but essentially what we've done is we've built a lead system to give you exposure to more products, and these are exclusive leads. That's the one thing that we're doing that's very different than there's several other lead options in the industry. Usually these lead lists are closed. You can't get on them. They run one list. And we wanted to rebuild a system that gathers new leads because we believe there's just a fraction of what is possible out there for online arbitrage leads is actually being shared. So Grant, we've distilled all this stuff down into the last challenge that sellers face. Okay, since we're talking elephants in the room, this is the third elephant in the room, is capital. Okay, if you're an Amazon seller, if you're a new seller or a veteran seller, I see this challenge pop up all across the board. When you first start, you're like, man, I need some capital because I got to buy all these softwares and do all these things and buy product and get going. And then once you scale your business and you get to a level where a lot of TAP members are, where you're doing 30, 40, 50,000 a month in sales, you're like, man, I see all these opportunities. I need more capital because I'm running up against a budget problem and I'm buying through my budget. So this challenge, and the same challenge, interesting, Grant, is showing up in our private label group and in our private label sellers of, holy cow, I found a hot selling product. I need more capital to get more products in the pipeline, and I've got a leeway, from China or from the US or whatever. So money is an issue. We know you guys are, when you're starting your business, a lot of you are balling on a budget. We get it. And so we want to make an affordable lead list. So unlike some of the other lead lists in our industry that are $200, $220 plus, we want to make this affordable for everybody. So Grant, I think this is for a limited time, and this may be subject to change, but for $149 a month, a member can get access to the OA Cheddar, and we limit this to 55 members. So Grant, why do we limit the list to 55 members?
Yeah, so we limit the list to 55 because we want to create some exclusivity and we want to protect your profit margin, right? We don't want to, do we got to get paid to provide a service like this? Of course we do, right? And first we got to cover our cost, you guys, and that's just so you understand, that comes to the tune of a couple $1,000s, several $1,000s per month that it takes just to produce one list for 55 people. So again, it's exclusivity. It's also, like you hit on, it's a capital thing too. We also want to protect your money as well and allow you to put as much money of your investment capital into inventory that will produce a profit for you, and do it quickly too. The other thing is one of the criteria for our leads is sale velocity, right? It has to sell at a minimum to be a premium lead, a minimum of 10 sales per day. So and often much more than that, 30, 40, 50, 100 times, not 10 times per day, 10 times per month, okay? Minimum of 10 sales per month is what qualifies a lead. And we create that standard so that it's a fast turning product. And that's what some of the feedback we've been getting from our beta testers, which there's about 20, 35 people who have kind of tested out OA Cheddar over the last several months.
Right.
And that's the feedback we're getting, is this is the fastest turning inventory I've been able to put into my store. And so that's really how we're able to protect you and serve you in this way. So,
got it, man. Awesome. We've put a lot of thought into how do we build an industry leading list. We wanted to create unique leads for you guys, exclusive leads for you guys that you couldn't get anywhere else, personally vetted by Grant and his team. And as Grant mentioned, this is a question I think some people are going to ask Grant is, it's awesome. We've put together a lead list. We believe this is the best in the industry, but what if somebody wants to, they want to save money and they want to do it on their own? They say, Grant, I want to learn tactical arbitrage and some of the softwares and systems and tools. What would it take to build a lead system like we've put together?
Yeah, I love this question, because what it does is you're calling for pure and 100% authenticity and transparency. And so I'm going to tell you what it takes. You guys, we have 4 full-time virtual assistants, okay, that are running Tactical Arbitrage and a few other softwares, 8 hours per day, 5 days a week, okay? And then we also have a part-time employee here in the U.S. that vets all the leads, basically helps train the team and all of that. And so to produce, let's say 25% of what we're going to be delivering to you every morning, okay, to produce 25% of those leads, you're going to need at least one person. And one person running a piece of software every month is going to cost you at least, at minimum, $500 per month. That's on the low side. So to kind of give you some perspective, we're charging $149 per month for what if you were to produce it on your own, it would cost you several $1,000s a month. And most people just don't have that, especially when you're starting a business.
Yeah, well, I appreciate your transparency, and we will be, for those of you that are OA Cheddar subscribers, we'll be doing more exclusive content. You'll get to see behind the scenes of how we're generating this leads. If you want to duplicate it, you'll be more than happy to. I think you'll see, especially if you're a new seller, Grant, you've been doing this for, is it your 4th Q4 now? So you guys have been through the cycle several times. You can either do it on your own and reinvent the wheel, or what we believe is a great solution is to partner with us, jump on OA Cheddar, and let our team do the hard, heavy lifting manual labor and create leverage. I think the main benefit, aside from that, Grant, is you don't have to take the time. And we've spent 6 to 9 months. Probably I have to look at the payroll to see how long we've been investing in the teams and the systems and the processes, really just to help you guys, to help, originally this came from to help Tap and to help give you guys access to more leads. Grant, same for you guys in your business. You guys are, amongst the elite few that are still today generating profits with retail arbitrage and online arbitrage in a world where a lot of people are saying retail arbitrage is dying. Let's just call it what it is. But you guys are out there still finding opportunities. So that's a testament to you can just put in the work and do it. So cool, man. That's the benefits. What's the main benefits of OA Cheddar? We've talked about the peace of mind, man. We've talked about giving you access to more products. One thing we haven't talked a lot about is the confidence. Can you talk just briefly about the confidence you've seen change from some of the TAP members who have been getting exposed to products like this?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the coolest things is, I mean, you're going to get onto our lead list. You're going to see exactly where we're sourcing from. If you do want to take your business to another level and hire your own exclusive team, then you're going to see kind of where we're shopping. So that's a little bit of inside knowledge, okay, but you're paying for it, and that's fair. So that's one of the major benefits, is just kind of exposing you to a whole nother world. But I think the biggest benefit, and this is, again, when I think of TAP, right, the apprentice program and those people, the biggest benefit that I see is them using online arbitrage, okay, as well as some other things that we will teach you on the inside. But they're using online arbitrage to fill their store up and sell at a higher volume. And it doesn't have to be a lot, $3, $4, maybe $5 or more $1,000 per month in revenue can melt away your brand restrictions. I think that's the biggest benefit, is if you're out there struggling, you're scanning, spending a ton of time, putting good inventory or leaving good inventory on the shelf because you can't sell it, right? Because you're restricted. If that's you right now, online arbitrage is an avenue, right? It's a catalyst to opening up a lot more opportunity for you to continue to build your retail arbitrage business if that's what you want to do. And don't get me wrong, you still may find, you're going to find things on any online arbitrage list. If you're newer and are heavily brand restricted, there's going to be items on any lead list that you're not going to be able to sell, because that's just the nature of the situation that you're in, okay? But again, we expose you to more opportunity so that you can fill your store up with more revenue and good metrics, right? Good customer feedback, answering your customers within 24 hours of them contacting you, things like that, right? That's going to alleviate and melt away, and eventually you're going to melt away the brand restrictions, and you're going to get to start to sell a lot more stuff. I'm finding I have clients now, okay, you guys, who have very new accounts, who have very low volume in comparison to our business, and they are getting opened up into all the brands that we can sell. And that's really exciting when they call me and say, Grant, you're not going to believe it. I can sell Nike. I can sell Under Armour. I can sell Fisher Price. I can sell Neutrogena. I can sell Aveeno. I can sell everything. It's crazy, Grant. And I said, we did it, right? We did it. So
we have overcome the brand restrictions. No,
that's the big benefit.
It's an industry thing that we can get excited about this stuff, but this is just a sign of the times that have changed. So this is, I hope you guys picked up on this, at least this gold nugget from our talk today, that there is solutions to brand restrictions, even for new sellers, all while keeping it a long-term vision of moving towards private label as creating profit. So Grant, let's cut through the butter. We called this the cheddar. We believe this is the better cheddar. I'm going to answer some questions very quickly, but we talked about the price. For somebody that wants to get on the cheddar, this first list is limited to 55. This is true. We're doing this to protect the integrity of the list, and a bunch of those spots have already been spoken for TAP. I believe there's, I'd have to check, but 12 or 13 of those spots that have been already claimed. So there'll be roughly 42. We'll take people on a first come, first serve basis. Let me ask this, man, just a couple kind of clarifying questions for people that want to add the cheddar to their sourcing repertoire. Is how are these leads different than some of the other lead lists in the industry? And I know there's different lead lists and things like that. Are these unique leads? Are you guys finding the same leads, or what does that look like?
Yeah, so you might find that some of the leads are from similar stores on other lead lists, right?
Sure.
We're all kind of sourcing from the same internet, right? So there's some of that, but the probability or the possibility of there being the exact same lead on another list, especially around the same time, is super unlikely. We're 100% self-generating these leads through our own efforts. We have a really good system of accountability with our VAs and stuff like that, and so So yeah, they're 100% unique leads. I think other than the fact that they're coming from us, I think the one thing I would say that's unique, and here's the thing, and hopefully this comes across the right way, but I think the one thing that's unique is me and my team, and Gabe, myself, really my brother Taylor, and then the team that's below us. Okay, that's the one thing that I think this makes our list very unique. I am bound and determined, right? Like bound and determined. I will not stop at anything if we are not someday the very best online arbitrage lead list on the market. Like I want to be the best, right? I got the team captain personality. That's how I was in high school, and was granted team captain for a reason, right? Because I like to lead by example, and I like to be the best. I don't like looking across the room and seeing that somebody's better than me, right? At something that I want to be good at, right? And so what we are committed to is not only do we have a great product now, but we're committed to making the product better and better and better, and also offering you something unique. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of lead lists out there, but that's all it is here's my leads. Thanks for your money. Now leave me alone, right? Our mission is really to be transparent, open, and available to you. If you have questions, you can come to us. If you need further training, we hope to be in a position to provide that further training. And I think that's one of the biggest things that makes us unique is we're more than a lead list, right? We're serving the community as a whole in a lot more ways than just providing some online arbitrage leads.
Boom. Mic drop from Grant Dunn. I appreciate the transparency, man, and I agree. There's a lot of, I mean, we're on pretty much every lead list in the industry. I think between our leadership team, we kind of have exposure, and so 100% of these leads are self-generated. And I'll echo. You guys heard Grant's drive. This is true. I've noticed this working with you, Grant. You once you lock arms or once you lock sight on something, it's like yes or win, and yes. So we're committed to providing the highest quality, exclusive online arbitrage leads that you can find available on the internet, and our team will continue working for you, and that's the benefit of being a subscriber of OI Cheddar. OA Cheddar is you don't have to go reinvent the wheel. You don't have to go hire 4 VAs, get a bunch of software license, set up a VA management system, organize the stuff, get people trained, do this for 6 months to refine, let some people go, do the whole process. You can just plug in essentially for $149 a month, get a license, get access to the same exclusive leads that Grant and his team is developing on a daily basis. This is fresh, man. I'm just picturing, it comes in your email address, just in case you're wondering. You'll get an email Monday through Friday, early in the morning. Our team finishes these late at night on their time, which is early morning our time, and gets delivered right to your email inbox. So pretty cool, man. We'll leave it at this, Grant. I appreciate all the hard work you've been putting in for this. We've got more stuff to come, guys. We just wanted to make this short video just to give those of you that have been waiting for a spot to get on this list and you want to start adding OA and get the Cheddar as a part of what you're doing. I want to give you guys a chance to participate in this, and then once the list is full, if it's full, we apologize in advance. We know there's a limited amount of leads that we could provide, and we believe more in protecting the integrity of each list than just ripping off some. As we have other lists that become available, we will let you know on the waiting list, first come, first serve. So that's the fairest way that we can do it to keep it fair to everybody in the industry, and we wanted to give you guys first mover advantage for being a part of our inner circle family, if you will, just to say thanks. So Grant, appreciate the hard work, man. If you guys are watching this, click below, get on the waiting list, get subscribed to OA Cheddar, and then send us a message on Facebook and let us know how the Cheddar is better.
That's right. I look forward to serving you.
Yeah, man.